The G&H Transport Extreme Supercars. 20 cars going to play in some treacherous conditions. And even in qualifying, some issues between Vernon Bricknell and Dion Duplessis, which has allowed him to come and climb into his spare car. And of course, in these treacherous conditions, the KTM Crossbow is definitely going to be a car to beat. We caught up with Greg Parton to find out how well and how good they work.
Well, it looks like it's going to be rain for the day. We've got some nice wet weather tyres, grippy wet weather tyres. The car's very comfortable in the rain, and we're expecting to do well today. The advantage of a light car like this is, particularly in the rain, is that you can brake very late, and you've got a lot of grip through the corners, so that gives us a bit of an advantage.
Time to put that advantage down onto the black stuff. Sean Dermody fighting for class honours in Class D. Look out for that man. Also looking for honours today, George Smallberger. And Ricky Giannacaro will be fighting at the front end, no doubt. But right now, as we kick things off for the first heat, it is quite treacherous conditions. The rain has stopped, but it's still very wet. And it's the Viper versus the Lotus and the Ferrari. Watch out for the crossbows coming through.
So nice to have Charles Hubert back in this Lotus and join us again for the season.
He's only there for a short while though. Check, he's already gone off. Oh no! That's not the way to start the race. But as I said, it is very wet out there. Safety car being asked for. And here's the replay. Looks like something broke on the car as he went down towards turn 2. And he puts it in the wall. Let's find out from Charles what actually went wrong.
To begin with, we went out with full slicks on a wet day. And we couldn't get the wets on in time. So we went out on the full slicks. And at turn 1, actually just stepped out, and I lost it into the tires.
Big pity to lose him so early on, but now the battle will continue between the F430 of Jonathan du Toit, Greg Parton in the crossbow on their tail, and leading things out right now, that VFS Stradale Motorsport Dodge Viper. And I can tell you, it's not going to be easy to beat here, especially in these kind of conditions.
Nice to have Craig Jarvis join us again. And like you said earlier, there's Dion Duplessis in his spare car, more a road-style KTM than his race car.
Willem van der Westhuizen, of course, has wrapped up the championship overall, so he's just going to go out there and see if he can get the final bit of blood in his class. Speaking of blood, there's blood in the water, and it's got a bit of a Dodge Viper taste to it, because he's already been eaten up by Jonathan du Toit for the lead. And here we go. He's going to be able to make it stick because he is at the top of the hill. He's got past, and he's now going to try and keep that Viper out. It's not going to be easy, that is for sure, as they go into Sassel. Tiptoeing through Sassel. Lots of power underneath those right feet of most of these guys, and they're going to have to be very ginger on that loud pedal.
There, a little bit further back, you've got Willem and Nicky Dix with a straight-out Ferrari battle. And here's a Porsche and BM battle with Marius Waits, George Avakivides and Ryan Quanchai.
Love the fact they went 3x3 through turn 6 there. Kenwood Corner has seen lots of action today as they come down into turn number... Oh, the Viper's gone off! That is a massive mistake for Orangis. You don't want to be doing that. That's going to be a costly outing as well, which means that we're going to see the 68 machine, the Panacea Porsche of Jarvis. Now remember, he is the outgoing champion of this class, and he's now starting to make his way to the front end of the field. In the Class Ds, du Toit fighting for honours, and you can see just how hard he's having to push. He's on the back end of Giannacaro, and Dooney actually leads things out.
There we've also got on the back end of Marcus Lorasciapa in the Kessel 430 Ferrari.
Now that's the real deal machine there. And oh, yes indeed. Front wheel drive ST Focus taking on Giannacaro's M3. And this thing is a machine of note. Oh, Aubrey's got it out of shape. The Canon Porsche there on the sideline. Incoming. Yeah, I saw you only just though.
Nice miss there, Greg. Here we go on board with George Smallberger, who's leading the Class F championship for the year.
He is sideways and he is on the grass. And a little handbrake would come into... wow. Fortunately, he didn't clip the wall, so he can keep going in the Shield GTI and still have a chance of wrapping up Class F. I've got to give you a little bit of indication now, Mel. Because of what Tuka's doing right there, I was able to close in on him to within a second and nearly got past him.
That's great. Tuka's actually leading the Class E championship, so he's just got to keep it all together. But Dion Duplessis takes the flag from Jonathan du Toit.
Amazing run there from a stock standard road version of that KTM crossbow, winning things out over Jonathan du Toit. Class B's going to Greg Parton in the second of the crossbows. Nicky Dix there, and Craig Jarvis second in Class B.
Willem van der Westhuizen taking the Class C's ahead of Ricky Giannacaro winning Class D's, Mark du Toit in the E's, Sean Duminy, George Avakivides.
Marius Waite with a great effort also in Class F, beating out Smallberger for the Class F title, but not for the overall. Tuka Mechanicos finishes 15th. Straight into race number 2 now, and slightly drier conditions, but that is going to affect Craig Jarvis right from the word go, because he pulls into pit lane. That's not what we'd like to see from the Cape Town man. KTM Crossbows versus the Ferraris at the front end now, and Jonathan du Toit, now that it's dry, will probably have the edge over Dion Duplessis and Greg Parton. And as you can see already, pressure being put onto the back end. Ooh, defensive driving from Duplessis, but that Ferrari should be able to drive around the outside, and does so.
And Charles Hubert's back in the Lotus. He's got it all fixed, not too much damage from the wall, and he's out back in race 2. That's fantastic.
Yeah, good effort there from the team. Remember, he's on slick tyres, so now they'll definitely work and see if he can get up to the front end to fight it out with the top end of this field. Ricky Giannacaro, this is everything she's got. Through speed and sound sweep up towards Castrol Edge, and Joubert and Orangi sneaking through on the tailpiece and looking for a way through, and in fact finding a way through early on Parton.
That's the Battle of the Shoals. Fantastic to have both of them back there. Both of them having to fight through the field of their misfortunes in the first heat.
Parton, Dix, then you got Duplessis, Willem van der Westhuizen and Ricky Giannacaro. On his tail is Germany. He's got ahead of Germany this time, and I think that's due to the fact that it's rear-wheel drive versus front-wheel drive in dry conditions now. Oh, Cranchai, a little bit of a correction there on the M Coupe, but he got it all sorted out and now runs a bit wide out of 7. That might open up a door. Watch for a car on his inside.
Does indeed there. Smallberger has a look, just not enough grunt though.
He might get him down into turn 2 if he keeps that line. You can see Nicky Dix has closed onto the back end of Parton. Battle between the Ferrari and the Crossbow continues, and now Dion Duplessis is finding it even more treacherous, because even though he was great in the wet, he's going to battle with the additional power of those cars that he's fighting with now. And Jimbo Giannacaro, he didn't come out for the first heat, but unfortunately he's come out for the second one, and it's been a very, very quick exit.
That's a sad birthday.
Speaking of exits, wow, Mal, sorry to jump in. Check out this. That is one low-flying Lotus who has taken up wall, airbags, tires, you name it.
But he's okay, so everything worked. That's fantastic to see at least.
That was a high-speed crash there for Charles. Let's have a look at it. You see, he just gets it all wrong, gets it onto the inside. He is now just sitting pretty, hoping that everything is going to work, which it does, to perfection. Tire walls, airbags, marshals running for their lives. Well done, guys, and congratulations for getting that car out of the way. It didn't deem to have any problems to bring out a safety car because it seemed to be in a decent position. But it's now Charles Orangi's who leads things out.
Jonathan is in second, and Ryan Quanchai spun on the exit of turn 2. But Jonathan's just got a hold station on the road and chase down Charles Orangi's in the Viper.
The Viper seems to be flying fast, and oh, he's also got out of shape! Wow! 2 mistakes from both the Charles in almost identical positions. Those marshals down at Castrol Edge are going, what is going on here? The Ocean Basket Porsche goes through. He's got no issue, so it doesn't look like there's a change of surface issue to worry about. I think Charles just went in there too hot and couldn't quite get it right.
Well, thankfully, no major damage and everyone's okay and the race can continue.
Well, I can tell you, I watched that from our rearview mirror. He went off a lot quicker than what it looks like right there. Nicky Dix now has moved up to second place. It's Ferraris 1, 2, and 3, because Willem van der Westhuizen is actually up into third place. Can you believe that action at the final round of Extreme Supercars?
Yep, here we got Tuka on the back end of Mark. This is the battle for Class E on the day, for the year, the whole lot.
Everything thrown on the table. It's the final round. Let's do it. Checkered flag about to come out, though, for Jonathan du Toit. He will have the last blood of the season in the Extreme Supercars. A great effort there from him and from Nicky Dix. Class A, Class B, and Class C, 1, 2, and 3 on the road. But there you can see in Class A, du Toit takes it ahead of Orangi's, Engelbrecht, and Cronje.
The Class B championship goes to Dion Duplessis ahead of Nicky Dix, Craig Jarvis, Andrew Colbert, and Gianni Giannacaro ahead of Parton.
And it's Willem van der Westhuizen who takes Class C and the overall championship ahead of Jimmy Giannacaro, Christo Lotta, Fred de Kock, Chris Wishart, and Lee Thompson.
First of the D's goes to Jimmy Giannacaro ahead of Paul Hill, Sean Duminy, Devin Robertson, Manny Ribeiro, and Lee Thompson.
Tuka Mechanicos taking the Class E honours, beating out du Toit on the day. Dale Penny finishes in third place. We wish him a speedy recovery with Thomas Reeb and Creve 4 and 5.
Smallberger takes Class F ahead of George Avakimedes, Andre van der Merwe, and Charles Smallberger.
First race was wet and it was quite tricky out there. In the second race, I knew I was going to be quicker than Dion's because he was using his spare car. So when I had got a good start and I just put my head down, but the Viper caught me and the Lotus caught me, but then the two, I think they tangled, and yeah, I'm happy to pick up the win.
Nicky, an all-Ferrari podium, and it seemed to go well in the wet and in the dry.
Look, I enjoyed the rain very much. I've got tyres that it was just tremendous, and I would have loved the second race in the rain as well. I think I could have caught this man. Yeah.
Champion, nice way to finish the season on the podium with another 2 Ferraris.
I can't complain. I got lucky.
Awesome dice out there, though. It wasn't easy.
That was fantastic. Glad the rain stayed away. to have a dry race, fantastic.
It certainly was. What a way to end the season. 3 Ferraris on the podium and your champion there as well. Join us after the break for some more action from the Extreme Festival of Motorsport.